it's impossible to be a gamer and a Christian at the same time.
Oh, man.
I'm just joking. I couldn't hold that in. I was trying to be really.
Is that a hot take? That's a terrible take.
Welcome to the podcast, though, Pastor Daz.
Hey, how are you, man?
Good, man. Good to have you on here.
Thanks, mate.
It's always a good time when you're on the podcast.
Appreciate it. I love it.
I mean, we have a good time when you're not here too, but it is always a good time when you're here. It's extra special to have you.
That's true.
But we are going to talk about today, we're going to have a cool conversation. I feel like in the world at the moment, there's this sense that we're created for a purpose. We're created for battle almost, like we watch, we read things that resonate with that element of us inside of us. And I think sometimes we feel like we're disengaged from that purpose and that battle, and we feel like something's up. And I mean, there's a little hook here, which is like, and we feel like we're bored almost, or there's this sense of like, there's this purpose out there that I'm missing out of, not part of. But this little hook says, you're not bored. You're actually been created as a soldier, but you've been handed a controller and told to sit down.
That hits me.
That hits you?
Yeah, totally, man.
Because you enjoy.
Yes. So I was 5 years old, right? And my grandpa was a president of the computer club in Wollongong. He was a legend, my grandpa.
President of the computer club.
He was president of the computer club in Wollongong. And so he had this Commodore 64, and it was like one of the earliest computers, and I was like 5 years old. And then he would kind of sit us down and teach us how to play these cool first generation games.
That's cool.
That were very, very awesome. And so that's what kind of got me into gaming.
Commander Keen?
No, it was like way before that.
Before that?
Like this game's called like U-Boat and like just super like 8-bit kind of games that was, ultra simple, but it was the first thing. We're like, what? You can play a game on a computer? Yeah. It was crazy. And so after that, my family got like an Amiga 500, and I remember us buying this massive, like it was, if you're watching this, it was like this big, and it was a 40 megabyte hard drive.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was huge, and it plugged into the side of the of the keyboard, and we were like, "Yeah, we got 40 megs now. We can play other cool games. This is awesome." And then after I went to the army, I bought a PCXT 486.
What is that?
So it was one of the first gen real PCs, Microsoft PCs, that came out. And then my mate down the road had one of the first Apples. He had an Apple IIc. And then he upgraded to an Apple IIe, and I was like, "Whoa!" And we're playing Conan the Barbarian.
I remember that game.
Yeah, it was sick, so sick. And so I've been gaming for a long, long time, and I think one of my hot takes is that I've heard preachers really crush this. Oh, you can't be a gamer. If you're a gamer, you're immature. If you're a gamer, you're just a man child, and blah blah blah. I think that Of course, being a gamer, I'm going to rail against that. But just because you like to game doesn't mean it has to detract from the rest of your world.
Yeah.
If you are able to manage that well, and there's a bunch of stuff that I don't do. Right? I don't watch a lot of sport. I don't watch a whole bunch of other stuff. My own shows and stuff like that. I'm not doing all these side quests, by going solo. And I limit, games as well. But I think this is a good conversation.
Darren, can I ask a question? Is that okay?
What?
Do you think a part of what you're talking about with preachers being like you can't game is to do not necessarily with the gaming itself, but maybe some of the culture that's around gaming? Because I think there is a gaming culture that a lot of people might look at and be like, there's elements of that are really unhealthy.
Totally. I got heaps of notes here today. I think what you're saying, Simo, earlier is we're wired for adventure.
Yeah, gaming's it's like one element of our life.
Totally.
It might be TV shows for people. It might be other things. It might be poker machines. I don't know. You know what I mean? Honestly.
Totally.
I guess there's unhealthy versions of everything, but it's more of a metaphor of we were created for adventure.
Yep.
We're created for battle. And when we're not engaged in that, I think there's a sense of lethargy that comes on men.
Yeah,
Like lethargy
very true.
or boredom or like
distraction,
or even like stress because we're not engaged in maybe the purposes that we're called to engage in. But gaming, I think, like you said, gaming gets railed on.
It does.
And I think, Chris, as you just chimed in there, like I think anything has a bad version of like that has a terrible culture about it.
I mean, like,
I think it's more that gaming, maybe these pastors or whoever's railing on it, like they just don't understand it, so they just pick it as and they just paint everyone with the same brush.
I think there's probably a lot of men who would, their wives or their girlfriends or whatever might classify them as gamers.
Yeah.
Who probably consume content that's not good for their walk with God. 100%.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of immature men who are stuck in front of a gaming console and not parenting their children.
Yes.
Like they're not engaging in the world. Like that has become not just the side quest, that's become the quest of their lives. So yes, I mean, there's a spectrum here, right?
100%.
Right? So you're dealing with guys who are like, they're so sucked into whatever this world is.
Yeah.
And some of the culture, like you said, Chris, some of the culture of these games, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like you do have to have a bar as a believer, like where's the line? Where's the line at which you're going to say, that's not good for my walk with God? That's not a healthy game. Like I find gaming is unique because it's so consuming because you are inside this thing.
So cool.
And it's the graphics these days and the gameplay is phenomenal. And so and the dopamine hit is strong.
Yeah.
And so I feel that if I love playing Battlefield. I put my controller down. I'm like, I'm done for the night. That's cool. I'm done for the week even. And then I'll be like, oh, I feel this pull back into it. Oh, I've just got to complete this thing, or I want another go.
That's what's so fun about it. If I didn't, I'm the same. Like I don't game heaps because I don't have like a gaming computer and stuff. But I reckon if I didn't have kids. Honestly, because first gaming stuff for me was Super Nintendo. I started Nintendo. I was like a Nintendo guy, but for me, because I grew up in a troubled home with lots of stuff going on, games were an escape.
Yeah, true.
I got to escape into a different world. I got to achieve in this world.
Totally.
Which is harder in the real world. And but if I didn't have kids and I didn't have a wife, I reckon I would be, if you came to my house, I reckon I'd be one of those guys with the VR on and like one of those treadmill. It's not even a treadmill.
Yes.
It's like you can run in the same spot
and you're running around.
That would be me.
That'd be
sad. I'd need rescuing. I'd be way too far down the rabbit hole of gaming. That's my natural kind of thing. But
I grew up as a gamer as well.
You did?
Slightly different generation because like my first console was like a PlayStation 2, which is the best console. But then I really, when the Xbox 360 came out, which was like, that was at high school, and that was like very much where I dove into, because online gaming as well. Like I'd go home from school, chuck on Xbox Live with my mates, play some Halo Reach. And like that was, I remember those times being a teen, like very fondly. And that was like, oh, this is like best. And I'm with you, Simo. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, man, if I didn't have a kid and I didn't have a wife, I could still be there. But at the same time, I'm like, I realized I don't really do any gaming now. But it's not because, I don't think it was because I was like, oh, I can't. Like I can't be a gamer.
Right.
But it was definitely because things have shifted in life.
That's
totally.
That's right.
Totally.
Yeah.
My attention, I don't know if my attention span can handle it anymore. Like we've got like a Nintendo Switch, right? And I got Zelda Breath of the Wild, right? Last time I played that game was in 2018 on a mission trip with you to
You were too.
Yeah,
To
I was playing
Thailand.
it on the plane and everything because I was like, I'm on a mission trip, I'm on a plane, I don't have kids, wife. And like that's the last time I played it, man.
Joking.
I haven't played it since 2018.
Yeah, okay, wow.
Then sometimes I get on there now and I'm just like,
What am I meant to
taking
do?
too long. My attention span, like I can't, I'm like, this is not good. That's part of the problem. But I guess back to the main thing.
Yeah.
I could reminisce on games and stuff.
Sorry, we shouldn't.
I mean, I'm sure people would enjoy a bit of that. You know
Honestly,
what I mean?
straight up. Maybe at the end we'll just talk about top 5
let's
video
do that.
games.
we'll
do a
do
list of top 5 video games at the end of this
games
episode.
and stuff like that.
So stick around.
But I guess, and I think getting back to the point, and I know you got some great points and to share kind of your story a little bit. And I think this restlessness that we feel as men in life of like, there's a lot of things going on in life.
It's true.
And we can use entertainment, whether that's games
Totally.
or anything,
Yep.
to medicate parts of our life
Yeah.
with that entertainment. We disengage and we medicate. And yeah, like I said, that's not just gaming. That can be movies. That can be a whole bunch of things. But I'm keen to hear your story with gaming. What's the journey that you've been on with gaming around this kind of stuff?
Like I said, it's been a part of my life since I was 5, but I've journeyed, I think, in and out of healthy, in and out of healthy. Now, I've always had a strong cap on the level of classification of the game. Like I'll never play, a game that's of this classification, or never play a game that has sex scenes, or, because some of them are so interactive and crazy at the moment. I'm like, whoa, no, they're like steering clear of stuff that I just know is not good for my soul. But it's been the amount of time that I feel like it's because it's such a pull. Like if you're a gamer, you know this straight away. You know the pull of the game. When you're not there, it's like, when I get home, I'm just gonna. I can't wait. I can't wait to finish work. Can't wait to be off this weekend. Because I'm thinking about what's next. In this, in whatever game, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what the game is. They're all created and crafted so well these days that they know how to hit that dopamine button, and get you back in.
Is it the story? Is it like what do you feel like?
I think it depends.
Is the thing that like
it's the sense of achievement.
Sense of achievement.
It's a sense of ongoing small achievements that are that dopamine hit. But then I think as online gaming became a real thing, so we used to run
community.
We used to run LAN parties.
That's where you bring your whole computer, right?
You bring your whole computer. You bring a bunch of nerds and all their computers.
We did that at youth.
Totally.
Like you carried your whole computer, like CRT monitor, everything.
Totally. You set it all up. That's exactly right. So in the early days of New Life, like I'm talking 2005, 2007.
Yeah.
We were involved in a ministry called T Legion, which was a computer gaming clan.
Bring back gaming ministries.
And they were all saved. And all these guys, we would run LAN parties. We were one of the biggest LAN party creations in Newcastle, and we would talk to people about Jesus at LAN parties.
That's sick.
Like we had 90 to 100 kids in the heyday, bringing all their computers to Hunter Christian School in their big auditorium there, and it was like, this is crazy.
That's cool.
Do you know
what the modern day version of that is now? Have you seen
just being online?
Yeah, but there's guys playing I don't know, some shooting game, online shooting game, and they're trying to preach. They're got some guy pinned, and they're like, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and repent. And they're trying to preach the gospel, and then they shoot him, or they shoot him in the legs so they can't move, or they're on the ground, and
do you
steal their equipment?
Then they steal their equipment and loot the body.
And the guy's like, "What are you talking about? What?"
And there's this guy on Insta who him and this other dude are starting a church in GTA 6, and it's they're doing it, and I was like, oh, this is a great April Fool's joke. No, legitimately,
what?
They are doing it full on
Virtual
church planning model. You can
be all things to all men.
It's that is
totally.
That is wild. I really
preach to people as you're shooting them in the leg.
I think that's cool. I think that's innovative and cool. And I know people will be
totally.
That's not real church. It's
that's a whole other conversation, though.
True. True.
But sorry, back to your story. I kind of
and I think I've had a lot of this is where my wife has been so helpful because she's been able to go, hey, you're not really being a human. you're not really being a husband. You're not really. She hasn't said it like this. She said it in much
That's really
much
harsh.
Kinder language.
You're not being a human.
But in our early days of our marriage, like if we'd have a fight, she would withdraw for 3 days.
Oh wow!
Like it was what we've realized is that she's an internal processor and she needed the time to process what was going on, and I wanted to process straight away because I'm an external processor. But in those 3 days, I would game for 3 days because she just was like not having a bar of you.
Otherwise, it's just kind of like silent movements around the house with tension.
Yeah, so I'd be like, all right, well, this is time for me.
Yeah,
but that creates bad habits of disconnection and disengagement, like in key areas of our lives, like our walk with God, our loved ones, our spouse. And so I found that like Beck has been this great just kind of prompt at times to be like, hey, babe, like, are you okay? Because you're spending a lot of time on the Xbox at the moment. And I'll be like, oh, I'm actually really tired. I feel like I'm tired in my soul at the moment, or I'm weary in my bones at the moment, But it's often that first, like, what do you choose first when you're tired?
Yeah.
And that can often become the vice. If it's alcohol or if it's porn or if it's, you know what I mean? Guys choose and women too, like we all choose our pick your poison kind of idea. And mine's just been gaming, and that's just been it's the natural kind of gravitational pull back to this thing that provides me with escape.
Yep.
And now I think there are healthy, there's like we said, it's a spectrum, right?
100%.
There are healthy ways of approaching all types of things, except for porn, right? There's healthy ways of approaching all these things, and then we can move down the line to really unhealthy ways of approaching stuff. And it's about having the right, I guess, accountability and goals and desires. But like what you're saying, Simo, is that we're actually called for something bigger than this. So don't get stuck on the temporal, distracting,
100%. Like
side
I think
entertainment stuff.
I like what you said before is that a lot of these things, like whether that's entertainment, alcohol, I mean, pick your poison, like you said. It could be work. You could be workaholic, and you're using work to medicate how you're feeling and how you do it. Maybe you're not even aware of how you're feeling and doing on the inside.
Yeah.
And have a look at your habits. Are you gaming way too long or something, or binge watching too much TV, or taking sick days to I don't know, whatever it might be. Look, it's an indication of something's going on under the hood.
Ooh,
and I think a lot of times we don't realize that though. And so I think we've got to look under the hood, and we're medicating something that's going on, and we can get normal life can become the side quest. I think I like what you said before, and then whatever that thing is, whether it's gaming or whatever it is, that becomes the main quest. But normal life becomes a side quest, and normal life is what we are created. I mean, what God's created us for as the main quest. And I think we can end up in a really bad spot if we treat it as a side quest. Because I love 1 Timothy 6:12 says, fight the good fight of faith. Like there is normal everyday life. God has called us into the battle of everyday life, the normal parts of life.
Totally.
And it requires faith. Yep. And it requires a fight. But it is 100% what we've been created for as the main quest. And I think there's a lot of men, and I talk to some guys, and there's that sense of like restlessness in their soul. And I think it is that they're not engaged with their purpose. They're not engaged with what God's called them to.
I saw recently a post by Adam Lane Smith, who is an attachment theory specialist for relationships, right? I follow him because he's part of my algorithm, and I think he's pretty good. He's a Christian. He's pretty staunch. He's pretty like straight down the line. But he said recently, for men, a lot of depression in men is learned helplessness.
Ooh, that's good.
Because of a lack of purpose.
Say that again. Learned
helplessness due to a lack of purpose. It's like we don't have a real big vision or picture or a goal or a dream or a God vision or a God goal or a God dream, you know? And so because of that, we're just living in the mundane, and that's not enough, you know? Like it's like, ugh. And now I feel helpless because I'm not fulfilling the calling of God in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not achieving anything of real success. I've won the girl, and now that's kind of going a bit sour at times, and it's kind of up and down with the wife, and the kids are annoying, and you know, like it's like we don't have this bigger picture dream that we're fulfilling. I'm born for a battle, like I'm not in it. I'm not fighting the good fight, and so men's depression is often this sense of I have no purpose, and therefore I'm learning this. I've learned to be helpless, and I'm stuck in this helpless state where I can't do anything about it and get up and get out there because now I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this mud, in this clay,
and that's a hard spot to like when you feel that stuck.
Yeah.
You know, like the worst thing to hear is from someone, "We'll just get unstuck." You know,
Just do it.
Just do it. You know, but
Thanks,
like that's not helpful for someone in that position. Like, what's going to help someone?
Well, I think it's the journey of. I think it's a few journeys there. Really, it's firstly a journey of awareness, and I think that's where a pastor or a leader or a close friend who's wise or a counselor or someone like that or a psychologist is really helpful.
Perspective.
Because I'm wanting to become more aware of what's actually going on inside of me. Often we have all these feelings or sensations or this muddiness, and we're not actually able to clarify what is truly going on.
Yeah.
Like when I sit down with a client in a counseling session, I'm often just like going, okay, it kind of seems like this is going on for you. And you just see light bulbs going on. And I'm not doing any kind of wisdom. There's nothing, I'm not delivering any kind of major revelation.
Yeah.
I'm just pinpointing what I can see is happening inside of them. And they're like, oh, that's exactly how I feel. And they're just trying to like dumping what's going on in their mind and in their heart in the session.
You need to get it out. You need to kind of get some clarity on what's going on under the hood.
Yes, exactly.
You need a mechanic.
Yeah, you need an emotional, spiritual mechanic to come in and be like, all right, you know, I hate the term psychoanalyze, but that's kind of what you need. You need someone to kind of help you analyze what's going on in your psyche so that you can do something about it.
And you can't do that yourself because
I agree.
Well, it's very difficult
I think
because
you
you
can
can't
do it
use
with the Holy
same
Spirit.
brain. You can't use the same brain.
Oh, that's true. I think you
to
can do part of it with
that
the
same
Spirit.
brain is like kind of dealing with. But then the Holy Spirit is
but like
he's
that,
our God, he's our counselor.
God doesn't replace community.
Yeah.
Right? God gives us community.
Yes.
He gives us others.
Yeah.
He gives us leaders. He gives us wise mentors and friends and a spouse. You know, like he gives us these people for a reason.
It's what's given us church, the body of Christ, the family of God.
That's exactly right.
But it hurts, right, when someone's like, hey, when someone points on that thing or someone sees under the hood and be like, oh, I know what's going on. It's like, oh, that can be hard in community, but that's what God created.
Because you do have to have that willingness to become somewhat vulnerable.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, unless you're sitting down with a counselor or a pastor over a coffee, you know, and it's just like, oh, this is going on for me.
That's true.
That's I always get excited in those moments.
Because you're helping someone get clarity?
Because that's the start of the road out.
That's the start of the road out, yeah.
That's the start of the journey upwards. That's the start. Like clarity is the first step. Awareness is the first step. What is going on with you?
Yeah.
And then we can begin to paint the journey outside of that.
Yeah.
But I think we just end up in our emotions, and we're a bit angry, and I'm a bit sad, and I'm a bit down, and I'm a bit frustrated, and I don't really know why. And then, so what am I turning to?
What am I turning to? Yeah.
Is like the other day, literally last week. Okay, recently, I tried to do this thing on our email subscriber thing, and it wasn't working. I blew it up. Something really bad happened, and I was like, "Stuff this is stupid." And what did I do? I went straight to my Xbox.
Yes,
I was
okay.
angry, frustrated, didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I turned to the thing that's probably just going to make me a bit more heightened.
Yeah.
It's
do you
just going to
mean?
probably make me a bit more angry
Yeah.
and a bit more frustrated.
Yep. Yep.
Not a great choice.
Not a good choice.
But like the awareness of your behavior, the awareness of your patterns,
Yeah.
the awareness of where you turn when you're feeling the feelings.
Because I guess some people would just be doing these things, whether that's gaming or a bunch of other things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they're not even aware why. It's just
Totally.
their defaults, you know?
And whether
Yeah.
you're right. And sometimes it's just pure, I'm tired, I've had a big day at work.
Sometimes that's okay.
My brain is fried. I just
I just want to have a bit of fun on a game.
Yeah, and that's
not
where it's not bad.
That's
you know,
right, yeah,
it's not
yeah,
bad.
that's
But
right.
if it becomes the only thing you ever turn to, and if it becomes the habit and the addiction, and I think that's we got to name this because so many of these things they become addictions easily
Yes.
because they feed the part of us that is designed to respond in such a way that it becomes that natural mechanism that we
Yeah.
turn to. You know, I've got a client whose son is just who gambles all the time. Like he's disconnected from his kids. He's disconnected. He's depressed. He's sad, and all he spends his money on is poker machines and alcohol.
That's tough.
And he can't get his
can't get
way
out of it.
out. He is and he's been there for years. I've been seeing this client for 3 years, and he hasn't changed one bit. And he saw me once, and then never saw me again.
Yeah, okay.
He's like, because I can't see a way out of this mess.
Yeah.
You know. And I think we just got to be careful that all these things have addictive properties, and we are wired to worship.
Yep.
Like we are wired to sow into something.
Yes.
And it's too easy these days to choose things that have a negative impact on ourselves and a negative impact on our family, our marriage, and the kingdom of God because we just keep choosing the easy road. It's like this is the easy path.
It's
This is what's going to take the pressure off.
It's kind of like
This is
if we
what's
come
gonna
back
make me
to a
feel
game
better.
analogy, it's kind of like if are cheat codes a thing anymore?
Not really.
They're not really a thing.
Oh,
Like
that was peak gaming.
back in my day when there was cheat codes, right? So
Totally,
like,
mate.
let's use an example. The Sims. Did you ever play The Sims?
No, I didn't play Sims.
So like it was too boring to have to like wait to get a job and do what you meant to do in The Sims. It was so much easier to put in the cheat code, $1 billion, unlimited health.
Much better.
Boom, I can do whatever I want.
Yep.
But we do
I don't need a job.
I don't need a job.
Isn't The Sims a bit like farming simulators in those games? Which I don't fully understand this concept. It's like
I'm the
people
same.
go home from a long day at work, jump on their computer and farm
Whatever you
on a
Drive a
simulator
tractor
or
around
drive
on
a
a
truck
fake
on a
fan.
simulator. And
So
like
true.
each their own. I think it's
What if
fine.
they're
I just think
actually-
it's
What
I
if
reckon
they're
your
actually-
microphone needs to be over here.
What if
Chris.
they're actually driving a real tractor on a farm somewhere? And Farmer Joe is like,
Why did you drive
he's
that?
on again.
Why
He's
did you
fu-
drive that into my barn?
Have you
I
heard
should
of
try that into my
Have you
barn.
heard of Waymo, like which is those self-driving
Yeah.
cars
Oh,
in
yeah,
like
yeah,
LA
yeah.
and stuff? 100%. They should just be cars hooked up to people's driving simulator, taxi simulator.
imagine the conspiracy theory like
You
it
could
is.
earn
It's
money.
like some,
You could earn money as a virtual driver.
yeah, it's
Yeah, we
probably
should-
a
That's
thing.
a crazy idea.
Yeah,
AI's not even a real thing. It's just like
It's just
it's
a
just
bunch of
people in
people-
India.
a
Probably
kid
Your
in
chat
India is
GPT
driving
is
these
just like
cars.
some dude on a computer.
Absolutely.
But I guess back to my point.
It's like a cheat code.
Yeah, like I guess in normal life,
Mm,
things get hard.
right. Yep.
And the cheat code can be in that the addiction. And we just go, boom, we just go straight to that rather than the main quest, the path that is hard, which is what we're designed to do. Whereas,
Yeah. True.
you know, is to go through that hard stuff, to look under the hood, to start to work through that. Like that is the main quest
Great, Simo.
that we've been
Yeah.
called to. And it's not easy. And we've been sold a lie by culture that says life is meant to be easy and you're to entertain yourself away and you're to buy and consume away. And I mean, people earn a lot of money out of this stuff, so it's a pretty biased message to push. But we do buy it that life,
Yeah.
we're meant to entertain ourselves away into this kind of utopic entertainment bliss away from normal life. And that movie Ready Player One where they
great movie.
like
Great book, by the way.
I haven't read the book, but great movie.
Don't read the second book. It's terrible.
Oh, okay. Note that.
Terrible.
But the concept, right?
Right.
And I think, we can obviously do the same thing in our own life. And so I guess what I want to leave people with today is like a go-to. What can they do from here? And I think what you were talking about before was really powerful. Like be aware.
Yeah.
And get some people talking into your life.
Totally.
But I think also name one real fight instead of, you know what I mean, in
Totally.
normal life.
Yes.
This is the quest.
Yeah,
like this
it's
thing
great.
here. And get a vision.
Yeah.
Get a vision for your life that goes beyond you, that's bigger than you, that includes your
Right.
family, your
Great.
kids, or if you don't have any yet, maybe it is like have the vision that one day when I have a wife and kids, what kind of person do I want to be? Where do I want to head? What does God have
Yes.
for me in this space?
That's great, man.
It's good.
Yeah, redefine that vision.
Yeah.
Like redefine what's important.
Yeah.
You know, like what is actually important? And if we're believers, then the kingdom of God and the assignment or the calling that's on our lives, that's actually crazy important. And I think we distract or we medicate ourselves away from that assignment.
Yeah.
And I love what you said before, Simo, about like that's part of that's the hard thing that we're wired for, is getting under the hood and solving those issues and solving those problems and helping others. Like, how are you helping somebody else?
Yeah.
How are you stepping outside of your little world and going, who is around me who needs care, support, an encouraging word, like a coffee or a blessing? You know, like
100%.
just existing beyond our own little bubble and realizing that I'm actually here for more than just me.
Yes.
I think as we're finishing up as well, for people who might be listening to this and they're thinking they actually might need a bit of accountability around their gaming as well. Maybe they notice, actually, this is something that is a bit all-consuming. Find someone you can keep accountable to.
100%.
If you want to draw back from it.
Whether that's gaming
maybe
or
listen to
whatever.
your wife.
Yeah,
listen to your wife.
Got one?
Well, I mean, this is not a gaming example, but Simo and I were talking about this the other day. It's like we have on our phones, because it's not gaming, but you know how easy it can be to just get down the Instagram funnel.
Oh,
a couple of quite a few episodes ago last year, when we had Lyndon on the podcast, he talked about how he locked down his phone so that he can't download any apps and stuff like that. So I've used the same thing where like Instagram's locked out after 20 minutes and I don't have the passcode. So it's like, that's it. That's done. After that, it's done. And I have to go to my wife and be like, hey,
that's good.
I've used up my time. So she's the accountability point. Something like that
That's
can
good.
be really helpful.
That's what I do
That's
now.
good.
That's been the thing that really actually helps me.
Yeah, right.
And it's so good.
Bring
Don't
those-
get the dopamine hit. It's like I can't even open it.
Totally. And I think this is coming back to what we're saying earlier about these escapes. You got to put some, they're not necessarily bad. Most of these escapes are not bad, but they do need boundaries.
Yeah.
They do need limits.
Yeah.
Because that's what helps us to stay focused on the real things, the big things, the most important things in life.
Yeah.
You know, the main quest isn't your Battlefield 6, pro journey or your Call of Duty mission. Your main quest is actually your life in God, in Christ, with your family, your calling, your purpose. That's the main thing. Got to keep the main thing the main thing.
I like that. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Well, the actual quote is the main thing is keeping the main thing the main thing.
Main thing.
Or in the gaming analogy, keep the main quest the main quest.
Keep the main quest the main quest. Well, I like this scripture in Joshua 24:15, and I think it's like if this is something you're struggling with, like put this on your phone lock screen or something. You know what I mean? Put it in front of you. But it's as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord.
Come on.
Like a mission beyond yourself.
True.
A vision beyond yourself.
That's great, Simo.
Like God has that already for you. The great commission, it's eternal. It's not against flesh and blood. It's against powers and principalities and spiritual realms of this world. Like there is a fight that we're called to be engaged in, and if anything, the enemy wants to to inoculate men against knowing that there is this fight to engage in. I tell you, I think men will come alive when they get a taste of the purpose that God has for them in his story and his plan for humanity, and that when we jump into that stream and we get part of that, it's hard, it's messy, it's, you know what I mean? Like it's all that stuff.
Totally.
But it is what we're actually created for. We are not created for just comfort and entertainment.
Right.
We're called to serve God. We're called to have a vision beyond ourselves. So
preach.
a couple of, before we get into our just nerding out on gaming stuff at the end of this.
We'll have to do it real quick, but like top 5 video games.
We'll just do a top 5. But before we do, I have found there's a couple of books that kind of like wake me up out of that kind of, that slumber of kind of self-preservation as a guy sometimes or whatever. And that's John Eldridge's Wild at Heart.
Yep, true.
So good.
Yep.
Like, so good. So get a hold of that. That's a bigger book. He's got another book called Epic, which is really short read, but the way he writes just kind of captures the heart of men.
Yeah, okay.
So Epic is another one from him, and then Erwin McManus's old book, The Barbarian Way.
Yeah,
I
it's
think you have a
brilliant.
copy of it on the table there. Yeah,
We've got a copy of it on the table. Barbarian Way. And that's not too big. That's not too hard to get through.
That's all right. It's pretty
Just
small.
get it on Audible. Just listen to that thing as you drive around. That's what I do. Jess always gets upset at me when I'm reading this book and she's like, "Are you really though?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm listening, but it's a book, man." Like
I have this conversation with Pastor Nate all the
man.
time.
Yeah, it's the same thing. All right,
I'm consuming a book.
I'm consuming. Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I'm going to steal that. Yeah. Okay, to finish off the episode, top 5 childhood games.
Oh,
nostalgic.
wow.
Darren, go.
Oh,
Hey, let's do top 3. That's going to be easier.
Yeah, totally.
Top 3, 5.
And childhood games? Are we just
Nostalgic favorite.
Top 10 games.
Well, Civilization. The Civilization series would be like
I never did
clearly like one of my all-time favorites, except for the most recent one. I never got it because it was terrible. Outrun as a kid was like the very first like racing game that I ever got. That was pretty cool. Wonder Boy was insane as a child. My friend next door had a tape player for his Commodore 64. Didn't have a disc drive, had a tape player, and he had Wonder Boy, and it was the best game ever. I love the Fallout series, or the Battlefields from 1942 all the way through to now.
Yeah,
that's a pretty did I say Fallout? They're great.
You said Fallout.
They're crazy.
I've seen the TV show, but I haven't played the game.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
I've seen part of the TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all right. That's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
No, you're okay.
Cut that out.
Simo, top 5.
Top 5. Okay, so nostalgic ones. I remember. Oh man, I'm blanking now.
Okay, I'll do my top 5 so
Chris,
Simo can think about it. I'll do my top 5. So my top 5 are, not in any order, Halo Reach, best Halo game, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2,
Oh yeah.
Age of Empires 2. Worms.
Age of Empires, that
you
was
played Worms?
Worms.
Yeah, Worms was a big one.
Classic.
What about Lemmings?
Yeah, I remember.
I haven't played
Lemmings.
Lemmings. Played
Lemmings?
Worms.
That was the
And Battlefield 3, best Battlefield
Okay.
game ever.
Yes, agreed.
All right, so Age of Empires
6
was
was
one of
pretty good.
mine that I was blanking on. Some of the first games that I remember, like kind of memories flying back as a kid. Like I remember Wolfenstein.
Oh,
3D?
Return to Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein. Or Duke Nukem 3D.
Doom.
Duke
Duke
Nukem.
Nukem was amazing. What a game.
Not cool for kids in some parts.
no,
Not good. But like that was mind blowing. So
early days.
Quake.
Yes.
Remember Quake?
Yes, we used to play a
And
lot of
Doom,
Quake
you were
and
talking
Doom.
about Doom?
Yeah.
I remember having fond memories of like I'd go over to my grandparents' house. My cousins were big gamers.
Yeah, right.
And so a lot of the time I wouldn't get a look in. I'd just watch them play games. But there was one on Nintendo 64 because I remember when Nintendo 64 came out, my friend came to school and he was like, "The games are going to be 3D," and because everything was 2D.
Totally.
And I was like, "What?" I didn't have.
How do you mean?
I was like,
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
the movie Apocalypto, and they'd never seen ships, and so they couldn't. This ancient civilization couldn't tell what they were looking at. They thought it was aliens. That was me with the Nintendo 64. And so GoldenEye 007,
That was a great game.
Perfect Dark was another great
I
one.
never played that.
Kind of lots
Good
of obscure
games.
ones. Do you know any of those ones, Chris?
Oh, no, I'm a little bit too young for that.
Okay.
Duke Nukem was a wild.
And
I know of them. I know, I just didn't play them.
Yeah,
Know of
yeah.
them.
And then, one that I spent way too much time as a kid on. It's a bit random, and no one's like, that was a great game. It's like Ford Racing.
Ford.
Ford Racing
Ford
on the
Racing?
original Xbox.
It's like
Man.
so niche. So
Like you had to start with like
That's crazy.
a Nissan Toyota, like not a Nissan Toyota. A Toyota Camry, and you had to race, and like you had to build up to become a better car. So you're like,
That's
I don't know.
awesome.
Just love that game, man.
Oh man, there's so many.
So many games.
So many.
games.
It's crazy.
Well, we better wrap it up.
Let's wrap this up.
let's do
This
it.
is a good fun episode. Next episode is kind of a follow on from this conversation. So keep your ears peeled for that. But thanks for being on the podcast.
Bye.
See ya.
Cool. All right, done. I was waiting for Darren to say something. I was like, thanks for being on the podcast. He just sits there, just like,
Tripped up on
okay.
keep your ears peeled.
All right.